Hello, welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. I'm Eric Soligoy, editor of Crop Life and Crop Life Iron magazines, here again with Laura Sowinski. Laura, hello.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
Good to see you again. I know you were just on vacation with the family in California, so I hope you had fun. But now we're back in the office, time to get back to it. And of course, Murphy's Law of video recording. I'm sure the folks who watch us on Saturday mornings are probably aware that we record much earlier in the week. And of course, as Murphy's Law would demand, last week we recorded our video. There wasn't much news going on, and lo and behold, pretty much the minute we stopped recording and sent the video off to our videographer, two, not one, but two major news stories did break. So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the personnel story or the company story? They're both kind of big. So
They are big. I have a little uh, note from a spokesperson for Trimble, and it's old news, but it's big news. As you mentioned, on September 28th, we received a press release with a little heads up regarding Trimble and AGCO, a joint venture to better serve farmers worldwide with mixed fleet precision ag solutions. So that was huge news. Two big players, of course, in this space. So I got a little heads up just before we received the press release, and I'll just give you a recap because I think it sums everything up pretty succinctly. The spokesperson for Trimble says, with the growing labor shortage and increased competition amongst other ag tech competitors, Trimble and AGCO are forming a joint venture aimed at better serving farmers by accelerating innovation with factory fit and aftermarket applications in the mixed fleet precision ag market. So this is, it's a very sizable consolidation joint venture. The new joint venture creates a common tech platform with a farmer first approach, creating the best mixed fleet experience across all brands and hundreds of OEMs. Yeah, that was having just recently visited Trimble, and again being able to participate in the like a play day, they called it, where you could actually go up to the equipment, drive it around, touch, feel, experience. I was very impressed. I am impressed, with what they're doing. And so yeah, this really caught my attention, and I'm sure everyone else in this industry.
yeah, no, again, the press release I got mentioned, of course, it was a $2 billion transaction
Right.
as AGCO was acquiring 85% interest in Trimble.
Mhm.
And again, this, we've seen this now in the ag tech space for a little while. I mean, not too long ago, CNH, the parent for Case IH, ended up purchasing Raven Industries, and they also bought a company called Augmenta, which now their technologies are being incorporated into Raven and Case IH machines as well, or there's plans for that to happen. So again, you know, I know I just did a column for E News where I was talking about industry consolidation, and it seems like on the input supplier side that consolidation trend maybe is tapped out a little bit because of how big the companies have gotten. But now we've got a lot of activity in equipment and ag tech, and it seems like the companies that if there's not going to be a direct acquisition, there'll be these joint ventures like we're seeing, and
Right.
this is something we'll obviously have to keep an eye on. And again, it kind of give us a little plug going forward, but we have the Tech Hub Live event every July, and I would imagine between now and next July, when we hold our event in Des Moines, it'll be interesting to see just how much activity has taken place in the ag tech equipment space when it comes to companies joining forces to increase their market presence.
Right. Right. I mean, looking at other industries and sectors, as technology matures, you do see sizable joint ventures and M&A activity. The to continue to innovate in the kind of bringing, the brain power and the financial strength of companies. Sometimes it's frankly what's needed to keep on pushing forward. So, but this is big news indeed.
Yeah, very, very big news. So again, we'll have more information as becomes available, but again, keep an eye on upcoming columns online, in print, and our in-person events as well. So,
yeah.
Well, speaking of persons,
Yeah.
sloppy transition in person to person, but the other big news story that broke last week, and this one, as this video is airing, I guess the final date will have taken place. We found out that our friend Chris Novak, president and CEO of CropLife America, is going to be leaving the organization, and then his last day was going to be October 6th. I guess Suzanne Wasson is going to be the interim CEO, but the organization will be looking for a new president CEO here in the month of October, and hopefully they'll be finding someone, hopefully quickly, to fill that role. I know myself, I was working quite closely with Chris the last couple of months as we put together our article on CropLife America's 90th anniversary. And of course, they had their 90th anniversary meeting celebration that took place in Nashville back in about 3 weeks ago in the early part of September. And Chris was a very nice guy, very helpful, very fun to work with. Enjoyed talking to him, talking shop, talking industry. And I'm going to wish him the best. I hope whatever he does next, he has a long career in agriculture. I mean, he worked with Senator Grassley back in the day, and was on the National Pork Producers Council and American Soybean Association as well. So who knows, maybe he'll resurface in ag, but we'll keep an eye out for him. But in the meantime, Chris, it's been a joy working with you on behalf of myself and everyone here at CropLife, and best of luck to you.
Yeah, same. Good luck, Chris. Yeah, we hope to see you soon.
Okay. Well, speaking also about in-person events, I know we have another one coming up. I know the calendar hasn't changed just yet to 2024, but we're already knee-deep in the planning for what would probably be one of the first events taking place next year. So if you want to talk about what we've got going on in January in Arizona, take it away, Miss Laura.
Yeah, thank you. January, well, it seems far off because 2024 seems like it's, far down the road. In fact, it's just, a handful of months away. And of course, at the end of January is our Vision Conference. We have the Vision Conference to devote a look and energy around emerging technologies, technologies that are maybe still in proof of concept, ag tech and proof of concept, or what can we look at 3 to 5 years down the road, unlike Tech Hub Live, which is what's the here and now that can be deployed immediately. So the Vision Conference is always exciting to me because you get that wow factor, like, wow, or I should say at the beginning of this year, we were talking about the metaverse and the role that would potentially play in ag, and that was really exciting. And Vision 2024 at the end of January 22 through 24, we will be at the same location in Glendale, which is just outside of Phoenix in Arizona. So some folks had requested specifically that we choose someplace warm and inviting at the end of January. So that delivers on that front. It's exciting not only for the Vision Conference itself, but we will co-locate the second in-person Women in Ag Tech meeting, which kicks off actually on Sunday evening, the 21st of January, with a networking reception. And then Monday morning, January 22nd, from 8 to 2, Women in Ag Tech will have a half-day program. And at 2 o'clock, we conclude, but we'll, at that time, the Vision Conference kicks off. So from 2 to 5, it's a networking session, the Vision attendees and Women in Ag Tech So we're super excited about that. The Vision Conference this year, there's one feature that I think is going to be pretty great. On the second day, on Tuesday, we'll break up into 3 different teams, tiger teams, if you will, to address 3 pressing issues with regards to ag tech and the future of ag tech. And this is something that resulted from the feedback we got from attendees from this year's vision. In other words, the networking component and the brainstorming components of vision are really what are attractive to attendees. So not only will we hear from panelists and speakers and keynotes, but the attendees themselves will be breaking up into 3 different groups and doing some work. Actually similar to what we did at Women in Ag Tech during the Tech Hub Live event. Those breakout sessions, we took 3 of the top themes that Women in Ag Tech attendees wanted to focus on, like what was of interest to them, what could the initiative provide, and broke up into groups and kind of, put pen to paper, and this is what it would look like, this is what we need to have, this is, steps for a go forward plan. So similar breakout teams, if you will, during Vision. So for more information, thevisionconference.com for information on the agenda, registration, sponsors, speakers, etc. And likewise, if you go to thevisionconference.com, under the attendee tab drop down, you'll see Women in Ag Tech. And if you click on Women in Ag Tech, you'll get more information on that co-located meeting, which again is on Monday, 8 to 2 p.m. And so through November 10th for Women in Ag Tech, the meeting only is $199, which is a bargain. So that's a discount rate through November 10th. So check it out. We're super excited. One last thing, the Vision Conference, the theme this year is Agriculture's Future in Focus. And we have 9 members on the advisory board for Vision 2024. You could check them out as well on the homepage. So super exciting for that. Before you know it, it'll be here.
Yeah, amen to that. So yeah, please check out the information online, and if you're interested in attending, please register. And I'm sure Miss Laura will be happy to talk to you in Glendale. I know, though it's that event usually is over top of another event I tend to attend in the Midwest, in usually good old sunny Peoria in the late January timeframe. But that's okay. I will think of you as I'm sludging through snow, and you have a stiff breeze and 70 degrees in your face. So
well, that still would require a scarf. So
if you say so. All right, Miss Laura. Well, time for your favorite segment of the show. Time for fun with numbers.
yay.
So we'll see if we can, and I know you did go good last week, so we see if we can build on that again. So I know I had said I was going to start teasing some of the percentages and information from the CropLife 100 survey that I am collecting. And this week, your number is 66%.
Okay.
So is 66%, is that the percentage of CropLife 100 retailers that saw more grower consolidation in 2023? Is it B, the percentage of CropLife 100 retailers not offering an e-commerce option in 2023? Is it C, the percentage of CropLife 100 retailers reporting sales increases in 2023? Or, in honor of the season, is it D, the percentage of leaves still on my front yard trees at this date here in early October?
Just curious, how would you measure that percentage of the leaves? Or is this just?
As I hinted in my last video, I have a linden tree which tends to drop the leaves very quickly, and a crabapple tree which also goes fast. But then I have two sweet gums that don't drop their leaves until like, oh, I don't know, December 10th or so. So it usually is a 50-50 split, with half the lawn covered and half of it still grass. So
Oh,
it's not
okay.
66%, trust me, but because those two sweet gums are really, really slow to go. But
Oh, well, I am going to go with C, increase in sales. Oh, no,
no, I'm sorry. No, the number of retailers looking like they're going to have sales increases year over year is much higher than 66%. I'm happy to report. I won't,
no,
it's not as high as last year, which was 99%. 99 out of 100 had increases.
yeah,
But it's still a better percentage than 66. Nope. The correct answer this week is B.
e-commerce.
66% of the CrepLife 100 retailers say they do not offer an e-commerce option to their customers,
Oh,
which
okay.
is, and again, I know back during the COVID years that those percentages were about 50-50, that
Mhm,
retailers were offering something e-commerce wise in the
mhm,
absence of doing business in person. But that number has gone the other direction the last couple of years. I know last year was 65% said they weren't offering e-commerce, and this year it looks like it's trending at 66. So it's going to be up another percent. So
interesting.
that, yeah, I know that's something we'll have to
Yeah.
look at going forward. I know, again, retailers for years have said that in-person experience is very, very important and paramount to their business models, and um, based on the percentages that are not doing stuff online versus in person, it seems to
Mhm.
be that is indeed the case. So
Hmm. It's somewhat interesting to me because I look at it as e-commerce doesn't necessarily have to take away that human touch. In fact, sometimes it could facilitate it in that you do the business transaction, but then you have the more consultative relationship thing. So that's actually a sizable number. So
yeah, yeah, I thought
interesting.
so as well. So again, that's something that's a tidbit I will share. And then if you're interested, that A option about more grower consolidation,
Mhm.
it looks like that's trending about 34-35% of the retailers in 2023 saw more of that taking place in their areas versus the year before. So
Okay, interesting stuff. Just curious, do we have are there any lingering forms that haven't been sent back yet, or do we need to shake some trees here?
well, we're doing well. I mean, as of this morning, as we're recording this video a couple of days before our Saturday broadcast, I have in 90 of the 100 forms. So I'm only missing 10.
Okay,
I know I've been in touch with, I think, about half of those missing 10, and they are promising to get something to me by the absolute drop dead deadline, which is October 10th. So coming up next week. So
okay.
if folks don't get it into me by the 10th, then I'll have to default to their numbers from last year, and we'll have to go from there. But 90 out of 100, I mean, given how late in the game we are now, because originally I wanted everything by October 1, that's
Hmm.
still pretty good, a 90 percentile in. So
Okay, good. Well, yeah, I always find the results of the survey really, really insightful. So that's why I'm kind of wanting to urge everyone to get the stuff in because it's really helpful. And I think it provides a really good snapshot of what's going on. So
yeah, I agree. So
folks, yep.
all right, well, Miss Laura, that'll do it for this week's edition of CrepLife Retail Week. Viewers, thanks for joining us. On behalf of myself and everyone here at CrepLife, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week. If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comment section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.